estás?
How do you say yarrow?
Welcome to How Do You Say Yarrows?
How do you say yarrow? How do you say yarrow?
It'll be all the fun in the world. Welcome to How Do You Say Yarrows?
Welcome, our friends and family.
It's an exciting day, and this is being recorded after the fact, but you're about to join us on our kayaking adventure down the Delaware River.
Yes, you are about to see the actual reality of one of Adam's dreams come true.
Oh yeah.
We're not exaggerating that. He has dreamed of this for at least a decade.
Yes.
And
it means everything to me.
We will explain all of that, and you're about to join us for it and see all the ins and outs of our journey. And would you like to give a brief rendition of what the journey is?
Sure, it is kayaking overnight, at least partially, down the Delaware.
Yep.
And going as far as we could within about a day. Now, our initial goal on this was Phillipsburg, New Jersey to Trenton, New Jersey, distance of about 50 miles, which was very ambitious. We knew we might not hit that target,
Yep.
but that was kind of the end goal and the ultimate success in terms of distance.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
do we want to say now how much we did hit, or save it?
no, let's see how it turns out.
See how it turns out.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. So we are going to do some overnight kayaking. We're living from Phillipstown, New Jersey. Our goal is to see how close we could get to Trenton by sometime tomorrow.
How many miles is that?
I think around 50. We'll see.
Awesome.
How you feel?
Very scared.
Fair enough.
No, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I am nervous. I am nervous.
Very reasonably so.
I am nervous.
But we're in a better place than we thought originally because we're going to start earlier in the evening.
Yes,
so
that's
we,
right. We're
we
going
aren't
in
starting.
daylight.
Yeah, we aren't starting in the dark.
Yep, my parents are driving us.
Hi, Mary
which is
Kate and Leo.
wonderful.
You might remember them from our Florida episode. They give great commentary.
Yes, we do.
They have their Wawa. They're sustained by Wawa.
That's right.
And they're driving us an hour and 15 away.
They're
only
being amazing.
to drop us off and set us up, and then they're going back home. So
They're amazing.
Very appreciated.
Very grateful.
And we both did get to do a quick nap today.
Yep.
Well, Adam worked full day and night last night and worked all day today, and then he got to lay down for like 7 minutes. That was his quick nap. I think I actually fell asleep for like maybe 20, so that was nice. But I also didn't work today. So
Yeah.
and we're packed. We will explain everything that we have, of course, in our packing list.
Yep.
And I feel a lot of excitement. I also feel a lot of nerves. So we're praying a lot.
Yep. Gabby's doing incredible. This is a step outside of her comfort zone.
But I want to do it.
But yeah, and she's being amazing. She's conquering a lot of things and she's rocking it. And the weather is beautiful.
It's perfect weather.
It'll be a little cooler tonight, which is fair.
That's true.
But tomorrow will be beautiful during the day because it won't be like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful. In terms of you being active on the water and moving the entire day.
Yeah.
You don't want to have something causing you to sweat more.
No, we don't want that.
No damp butt.
Nope. Let's do it. We got a video.
So we are about to set up from scenic Phillipsburg.
There were hot air balloons, but we lost them.
They gone, but
Okay.
this is our boat. We are leaving at approximately 7:27 p.m. Actually, we're doing really good. And Mary Kate and Leo dropped us off.
They set
This
us
is
up.
our boat, and now it is time.
It's
May we have
endorse us.
we have gotten a bottle of sparkling grape juice after you, Gabrielle, and we are.
Should I take my shoes off now?
I mean, we're gonna get wet.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
This is how great explorers set off.
I really expected.
Leo, will you actually hand me that in a second?
Or should I maybe wear the shoes? This is a real tough call right now.
I think you're gonna be good without them.
Okay, but we're gonna have to walk ourselves into the water, Adam.
I'm gonna walk you into the water.
All right.
Leo, will you just hand the paddle to me in a second? Gabrielle,
I will
trust
hold
you
this.
this. Nah.
All right.
We are setting off to.
Watch the back paddle.
Yep. It's got some flexibility.
Yeah.
They also, honestly, it's only a matter of time on this trip until that probably breaks off.
We're doing it. He's pushing me out. If he leaves me go by myself, I have a lot of bagels, and I would also just not go.
Gabby would soon abandon this ship.
I would.
Which is
Even though I'm fully prepared, I would not go anywhere.
Even though Gabby
And now the boat has our full weight, and this is the moment of truth.
Are we sinking? All right. What do you think?
We can.
Adam's shoe is dripping on me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's gonna keep happening.
The flaw, there is no pausing.
We're all gonna be great.
Mary Kay told us to kind of pause for a second. And unfortunately,
I love you, Mom.
the reality
I
with
love
the
you,
river
Dad.
current, though, is there is a lack of pausing.
Oh
To
yeah,
the
we're actually moving.
To the extreme, at least.
Huzzah!
Well, we've done it. We are at sea.
I love you.
Bon voyage.
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Mwah.
They suffered a most disgusting
Thank you.
porta potty for us. Only Mom went. Dad didn't do it. He didn't do it. My dad is literally telling us to come back because there's a giant snake or eel. I'm in the middle of the water. Why would he tell me that?
No, that's
He's now foraging. And now he's looking at some disgusting log.
okay.
I love you. No!
There is.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a small dam in the distance here as we.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that's a
just
sunset.
beautiful.
Oh, this
So-
is. Yeah.
We're about 3 minutes in, and the first thing we thought was, is this real?
I've been.
Look at that sun!
Oh my
There's the
gosh, that's a
sunset.
beautiful sunset. So
Wow.
for our friends and family here, I've been trying to do this, and most of the people know this, for about 11 years. I've been thwarted many times,
Big time.
and Gabby has gifted me, look at this beautiful, beautiful woman, a trip that is amazing in every way. And look at this is unbelievable.
This is our, bridge number 1, our first bridge we're going under.
Oh no, we already passed the bridge down
Oh,
there.
did we go
this
under
is
that?
2,
Yeah, you're right.
This is bridge 2. This is gonna be bridge 3 up here.
Wow, look, there are people sitting on that cool little arch.
Yeah, you might not be able to see it to our GoPro friends.
Cool move, people,
Yeah.
cool move.
Woo.
People have already watched us. We've waved to them from afar.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll make a lot of faraway friends, hopefully all far away. Not
Yep.
really trying to make close-up friends.
Oh yeah. So we are about to enter into our first baby rapids.
I see a big rock right there, to the right, up there. You see that?
Oh yeah, there's a big rock up there. And by baby rapids, this is this little water on the Delaware. Fortunately, at this point, the water level is actually really low, so we're chilling.
Do you think it's low?
Yeah, I think that maybe not as much up here. I don't know.
I don't know. It feels deep to me, but
Gabby's doing amazing.
amen. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh yeah, we could get that reflection.
gosh.
That's amazing. So we are about 3 miles in, and actually, what time did we start?
7:30, I'm pretty
We
sure.
are maybe 2.5. We are trucking it, and it is just the most beautiful place. This is amazing. Gabby, look at that sky. I'll get good footage of
The
this at
sky
the
is
end.
really beautiful. What's really cool is I was just thinking, like, I love a good sunset and a sunrise, and I was
Yeah.
thinking that's one of the main things I'm looking forward to this. And at first I was like, oh, I can't see the actual sunset, but look, we're seeing the reflection off those incredible clouds, and then seeing it in the water is just super duper cool.
And it just so you know, Gabby, it's getting beautiful views on the GoPro.
Oh, yay!
And now we're entering some more baby little rapids up here, and we're doing great. We've got a few more, maybe 2 more miles, and then we're going to start getting ready for nighttime.
That's right. We're gonna have some snacks. We're gonna get our headlights on.
Put on some more little. It's
yeah,
warm.
more layers.
It's pretty warm out, but we know it's going to get cooler, so we want to kind of waterproof ourselves and just get ready for it.
I have been wearing preventative gloves.
They're beautiful.
Already, and that has been helpful. Really beautiful.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the pink hitting.
This is a lot going on here. And we're going to turn off the light for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful stuff right here.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
This took a lot for us to maneuver into this little
Into,
trench.
but it is
Kind of hard.
pretty cool here.
Wow. This is definitely some swelling.
This is good though. The nice part of our day today is we are getting some of these. Not that this is actually that big of a challenge here, but we are getting some of these in.
Challenge.
Oh well,
was
that
hard.
paddle was, yeah.
We had to get like all around this one island to get right and then a quick left.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That was tough.
But we have made it. We did great on it.
Yeah, we did good. Good talking. We learned that we have to
Call
out the right and the left.
Yep.
Since we're so close together with our oars here. Good communication station.
Yeah, we're doing good. This is a great marriage exercise as well.
I do remember seeing that in a marriage video. They take them boating.
Boating is great. Is that a broken boat over there? Hey, so night has come quick. We are eating a feast right now.
Oh yeah, we're feasting on delicious red grapes and cheddar cheese and bagel time
So
and a
sick.
Diet Coke.
Oh yeah.
Took my medicine. We packed it like champions.
Went to the bathroom, changed up into rain gear, a little warmer clothing, and now
We had wet wipes. We had hand sanitizer.
you could tell our boat. The river's here. Actually, we enter into like a little rapids just up there, so we are just really taking a second to get prepped for the next stage of our journey. We made it like...
We added a lot of layers too just now.
Yeah, because...
The coldness has arrived. It's chilly, and we're a little, like, our bottoms are wet from, the riding.
Yeah, so we're not like, we're in a good place, but we started at mile 183.9, and we are just past mile one. Wait, are we trying to think? We're on the right side of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're on mile 179, so we've gone like almost 5 miles at this point, which is pretty awesome in like an hour.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, which is, it's a beautiful night. There's a lot of movement here, and we've been paddling hard.
A lot of buggies.
But now it's time to drop it.
Woo!
But all right, so we are officially on the water. Look at Gabby paddling out here. She is doing great. There are a lot of bugs, so that we're not going to stay on long in this. Actually, we made it into the water at nighttime. So we are out on the water. There's Gabby. She's smiling. There's me. It's so bright to look at this with the light, though.
Yeah.
But I'm going to turn off the light for a second.
There.
That little light in the distance is, if you're watching this, not listening, is a bridge. And we're really moving. I mean, I have no idea what a good pace is. But it feels like we're doing really well. The currents, and we're probably not going to actually go the whole night on this. No, but we're having a lot of fun, and we've learned to navigate really well in this. What do you think, Gabby?
I think we're praying for God to give us some more light, because it's a beautiful night, but it's really hard to see. That's for real.
Yep.
So we are really working together on our lights and like whatever light we can get, but we're also like, okay, God, just please supernaturally give us more light. And there is more light than when we started. I do think, He's helping us out, but keep on giving us more light, God.
Yep.
It is dark.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're in a
dark night.
Yeah, well, there's no moon. Really what I'm hoping for is, actually, it looks a little cloudier up there because clouds will reflect more light from the area.
Okay, cool.
So I think that's a true thing.
Yeah, that
but
sounds good.
We're doing great.
Yeah, we're thankful that this bridge has light.
Yep, we're enjoying a nice little well-lit break for a moment.
Yeah.
Boom. So Gabby and I have made it about 11, 12, somewhere around there miles, and it's time that we decided it was time to take a breather.
Yeah.
So it's very dark out. We want to be safe. We want to make good choices. Also, we're early birds. But
I told Adam, I said, I think I can make it till midnight, and it was like maybe 10:15 or 10:30.
Yeah.
10:30 maybe even, and he was like, okay, and then we were like, all right. But where do we want to stop? And he was totally like, can stop anywhere. And then I was like, oh, if we stop like on the side and like all this like intense brush and trees and stuff, I was really worried about like a lot more bugs and just like really, it's like you're in the forest, kind of freaked me out a lot. So I was like, if we could find an island, that'd be amazing. Of course, wouldn't everybody want to stay in an island? Yeah. And God bless Adam. He's like, okay, we can do that.
Well, yeah. And the challenge that we had where we were, there's an island, and then not that there's a long distance, but it might be 5-6 miles between the next one. And, we made really good pace at the beginning, but that's not a guarantee that you'll make that pace. That could be at least 2 hours, maybe 3.
Yeah.
And those are in really good conditions at full energy, not like... So we found a little island here, and we'll show you. We got our stuff hanging up. We got this guy going here. Then we got the hammock going. Gabby's looking all kinds of cute, and we got some warmer clothing on.
Adam's really smart how to pack longer pants. We have socks in our hammock. And then, I don't know if you want to show without the light, the water, because we're in a really beautiful spot. It's
very difficult to see the water. You can't really.
Well,
the GoPros are
great. Slightly reflecting there, but...
GoPros are great, except at nighttime.
That's okay. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
we're so thankful. It might look like it's clear out there, but it is not. It was very hard to see.
Well, actually, that's you could tell by the darkness if you're watching this on YouTube. Dark. The challenge that we have tonight is that there is no moon whatsoever.
Literally no moon.
Yeah, so when we're doing this, we weren't certain if we do the whole night anyway, but the big challenge is okay, there's a huge amount of attention required.
Oh, I'm like this. I've got my thing on, and I felt like an owl because I couldn't have it straight ahead because I feel like it would blind us. So then I had it to the side, and then it would be like, whoop, 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 and then Adam's like, we're both like, rock to the right, rock to the left, and it's like when it's upon us. But we were diligent. Thank you, Lord.
Yep, we did great.
Past many big rock formations. Adam's pinky is very swollen, so that's what we're working with here.
No, it's not really.
It's very swollen. And then we would hit a rapid, and we would be like, all right. and Adam would be like, that wasn't bad. And I'd be like, that was bad, Adam. We dipped majorly.
I was trying to
deep.
continue to bring calm to the
Oh,
conversation.
that's what you were trying to do. And I was like, I want truth because that was bad.
I didn't think it was terrible, but what I wanted to really emphasize was it won't be nothing. The worst that we experienced won't be much worse than that.
Which I like that. I like that. You would say, oh, I think we've passed the worst of that, which is a good point. I like that.
Yeah, trying to do
that's very calming.
not lie, but also just like, okay, kind of remove the mystique of like this is supposed to be the worst for quite some time. We're good.
Yeah. Now, question for you: have we passed the deepest part yet?
Yeah, we passed that to the best of my knowledge, we passed one of the deepest parts.
Okay, Adam had told me there is a deeper part.
Oh, we passed that like miles ago.
I wasn't sure, and I knew you had told me it was coming up. I was afraid to ask, like, while we were literally on the water, because I knew I kind of wanted to be aware, but I didn't know if I really wanted to know exactly when we were on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So praise God, we've passed that. That's awesome.
Yep, and now it is bedtime.
And we have kayaked on the Delaware in the night.
All my dreams are true.
In the deep night.
Yeah. This was... You know, there have been many ways I've had this dream over the years, and they've been satisfied. So, Gabby, we've done it. Thank you. And we'll also get more in the morning, too.
We will. We'll get more
our trip
darkness
isn't
in the morning.
over. Yeah, but, well, not even... Hopefully, we'll get a little more light, too. That being said, we enjoyed it, but it is something to be said that it does help when there is more light. See you later.
Thank you, baby.
Love
Yay.
you. Hey,
Good morning.
We thought we recorded this earlier, and we did not. We've made it through the night, though.
We made it through the night.
We are in our hammock now. We're going to be eating breakfast in a minute.
Yep.
And we did pretty good.
We did great. Definitely.
It was, our big two things was, I think there was trying to orient ourselves in the hammock. First time we ever camped together in a hammock.
Yes.
And some of that I think would have solved better if, we had just been up earlier at this. The goal was to be late, so that works.
The goal was to start late in the evening, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, our chief problem was being cold, though.
Oh, yeah. Super cold.
Not really well prepared in that area.
No. And you know what? We talked about this beforehand because we're two people in a kayak, and so we were trying to drop weight, like lose some things. So we got rid of a bag of snacks, which I totally feel comfortable with. That was a smart move. Got rid of a gallon of water. Totally a good move. We got rid of sunblock. I love you, Mom. Sorry. But totally a good move. We're
if
in
you
a
look
cloud
around,
right
we
now.
don't need it.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, there's a lot of, we're actually...
And yesterday we started at 7:30 at night, so we didn't need it. And we're wearing hats, long sleeves, so we figured, okay, we can get rid of that. And, but one thing that we got rid of was the tarp. That Adam really smartly was like, no, we'll keep it. But I thought it would be a good idea to get rid of it. That would have made last night way more comfortable. Where would the tarp have gone? Like over us?
It would have gone honestly, I would have used it as a blanket. Yeah. Because, which would be great because on top of everything else, it's waterproof. So
yep.
Any dew would have...
Instead of dew hitting us. Yeah, so that was the thing because we did change our wettest garments before going to sleep. Thank you, Lord. Adam thought of having us bring leggings and I thought of socks. So that helped us immensely. If we had been in those wet shorts...
We would have actually been probably... that would be much more uncomfortable, possibly dangerous.
Possibly dangerous, because it was 57 degrees for the majority of the night. And there was a point, I think around 1 or 2, when we woke up to try to sense things out, where I knew we both had been shaking a fair amount. And that's where I got worried. We're pressing together, trying to create... some heat in this little hammock, and I'm none of us is having any heat coming from us. So I was oh my gosh, I'm so thankful Adam does have heat, so that did persist throughout. But it's honestly, it's your core only. Yeah. Everything else is nothing.
Your appendages were tough. So fortunately, Gabby did have a spring gloves, which helped a lot. So that was good. And then I ended up having one more long shirt. And although really not that crazy helpful, I put on shorts over my leggings, which did add a little more conservation, and that kind of brought what we could. But
yeah. So the later hours of the night were infinitely better.
Yeah. By 4 or 5. Yeah. It's still cold, but not. I was running more of I was at weird angles, and my arms were pinched, so it's all I wanted to do was stretch my left leg because it felt like it was always at such a weird place.
Yeah. Adam found a great spot for us to hang the kayak. it worked great for me. There is one part that a tree kind of juts out here a little bit, so that would make it harder for him with his stretching out.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Or not kayak, the hammock.
Yeah, we're trying to find a quick answer in this process, not really delay it. You know, you're late at night, and also you want to kind of be near shore. We wanted to be exactly where we were, and it was like 80% there. That's where we're at.
That's where we're at. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So now we were gonna wake up at 5 to get going, and Adam, we had both, you wake up throughout the night, and at 5 we're like, so what's going on? It's like Adam's like, it's completely foggy.
Yeah, and
we're not going anywhere.
We stopped. It's fading really quickly. By the time we eat breakfast and drain and refill part of our kayak, we're good to go. But we stopped last night partially because of the stresses of not being able to see because it was such a dark night.
Yeah.
This is no different, pretty much the same exact thing, except we know in 30 minutes, I already see the fog lifting over here in different ways, literally lifting off the ground.
I do see it lifting in that when we first looked at 5 a.m., we could not see the other side of the water, the other shore.
Yeah.
And now on one area, I can see the other shore. If I look there, I can't see anything.
Over there,
I can. So that's good. That's good. It needs to lift. The other thing, it was but it's so funny. I was so excited to see a sunrise, but with the fog, we can't see a sunrise.
No sunrise.
At least we got a beautiful
We're
sunset.
seeing a fog rise.
Oh.
But cool. Breakfast?
Yes.
Yo. We don't know who owns this island, so it will go unnamed in this film. It might be public, it might be private, but we are departing a good home.
Adam's dragging me out right now. Looks like it's so misty in this video. It's pretty misty in real life, too.
The water is actually quite warm, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is quite warm.
Trying to make myself less heavy, but it's not really working.
Gabby, you're ready to be less heavy. You're perfect. Viewers, don't think.
I'm so bundled up. Just so you know, I've been wearing my life jacket the whole time, except for when I slept on land. So I'm not that crazy. Even then. So we've tried to wait until the fog cleared. I will say, being on the water itself, pretty darn foggy.
What's that?
It's still pretty foggy, but it was time to get on the water. We have much more clarity now.
Yeah, well, there is some fog, that is fair. I think there's also a level of we could clearly see what's ahead.
Yeah.
Not earlier where it was we were really struggling for maybe 50 yards ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, we really were struggling for 25 yards ahead on the night.
Yeah, so now it's
docking maneuver. Bye, pretty island. Oh gosh, look at that disgusting cobweb on that tree.
Oh, that's good you didn't see that at nighttime.
Good I didn't see that at nighttime.
Yeah, the beauty
or the sketchy craft of someone who maybe is here, maybe wasn't. We're great.
Sometimes it's better, and especially Gabby, because this is Gabby's. I've only gone wilderness camping, or not. What?
I'll get it out. You can hold
Wilderness camping once or twice, and by that I mean just plopping down in the woods. Sometimes it's better to not need to know all those details early on, because I don't know if you would have liked it, and you really spoke highly of our campsite.
I did. I loved our campsite.
Let's leave it with those beautiful memories of success.
Our beautiful, and look at this. So if we had not stopped at that exact spot, where the heck would we have?
This would have been.
Stuff? That was it. That was it.
This would have been much more difficult over here.
That was it.
Because, I mean, maybe down further here, but we really hit the right spot on all of this.
We really did. Thank you, Lord.
Oh yeah. Well,
there's no spot to hang anything. That's all just bushes.
Yeah. So we would have been going in a little bit further. We really hit the right landing point there. Yeah. That maybe at the end down here there's some trees that look a little closer, but yeah, I mean, and that fortunately that is God's providence right there.
It really, truly is. Because that's just it. And so that we could not see this. We only went the direction of this island because Adam deduced that he saw a light from a house before we hit the island across the way of the Delaware on the Pennsylvania side, and he thought, all right, when we can't see that house light, there must be an island in between us, literally.
Yeah.
And we heard rapids, and we knew rapids were going to be on the left side of the island. But literally, it looked like nothing that we could see.
We actually, the only reason, yeah, it was so dark out, and this was just light blocking, so it was very challenging.
Yep.
Really, what I ended up using was I used Apple Maps to just see, like, oh, there is an island, like, kind of a little bit of like the Indiana Jones, there's a bridge type of thing.
Wow.
So we just passed the Frenchtown Bridge.
Yeah.
We are scooting down, so it's hard to know where we are or how many, or well, we know, Frenchtown area. It's hard to know exactly how far we're gonna get, but it's very exciting. Really, the key thing that's hurting us right now is, as you can tell, the river is slow.
Slow. Not
Ver-
helping us.
Not helping.
We have to do it all on our own, all morning so far.
Yep. It started off really good when we got out, and then it went downhill.
Well, because we literally started in a rapid.
Yeah, that was great. And now there should be some near those little islands, not necessarily rapids, but hopefully some quicker moving water. But
Come on, please.
yep, here we go. Still going. Hey, so we've run into a small problem.
A quagmire, if you will.
Quagmire. It's from Family Guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. We've sprung a leak on this side. Now it doesn't look that bad, and it's a small one, so
It's definitely not good.
yeah. Now the problem is we're
It's
far.
not a small one. It's in an important part.
Yeah, it's a small leak.
It's the whole half of the boat.
Yeah, this is starting to deflate on us, as you can see there. So, and we are further downstream from the bridge, and really there's no good point of access. This is private property on that side of the. I mean, I guess we always could sneak up there, but New Jersey's road's further back. There's an access point to Giving Pond thing about 2 miles down here. So we are gonna try a patch and dash. So we do have a med kit, and our goal here is gonna be, can we do some type of nasty surgery on the side of our kayak, and then fill it up with air as much, and then get 2 miles downriver. The other part is, so I'm confident I could swim this distance as well along the side to help lighten some of the load if needed. So.
And I am not confident I could do that.
But no, somebody has to stay on the barge with the things.
Yes, right.
So.
I must stay on the barge with the things.
Yes.
So I looked online, and a quick patch to an inflatable kayak involves like glue and, well, cleaning it, drying it, glue, waiting 12 hours, etc. So we don't have that. So ours will be something different. We were in the middle of the water, and we heard the.
Right here.
So that was super
The tough
rude.
part is, here, bring that camera right here. This seam. That's.
Dang, it's a seam.
Yeah, that's very
What the
big.
heck? Why would it do this to us?
Obviously, Intex sucks.
I'm so furious.
Although, actually, I've really, to be
This
fair,
boat has been great.
yeah, as
it's
a
true.
counterpoint, we've had it for several
But
years.
it's just a spontaneous leak. Like, we're going, we weren't even in a rapid or anything. We just, like, all of a sudden we heard it. Ah, so
You know,
furious.
I think I know what it is.
What?
I think it was, I think the paddle drags over that when you row, so that's what does it.
Wow. Well, the
So-
good thing is, if our leak fixing doesn't work, we will hear it right away, I think. Because
Oh.
we did hear the leak. So I will say, even though I'm furious this is happening, I am glad that we heard the leak before. So you probably want to dry it before trying to.
Just trying to find where it is.
I'm almost wondering. Well, I don't think we have sewing things. If it's a seam, you'd almost rather sew it.
I don't know even if that would work.
Yeah, I don't know if it would work either. Absolutely ridiculous. So we're gonna try this out. We'll let you know how it goes.
Where was that guy? Well, this is a beautiful day. We are just past Frenchtown, I believe, and we have done some medical tape work right here. Many layers of tape. Do not know the amount, but we are not certain how this is gonna hold. So right now, it is kind of holding air. It's not great, but it's not like leaking as much as it was before. The tape kind of is not like waterproof, but I guess more of like water resistant. So there's that. Now our goal, if we look here, there's an access point up there, but we really can't do that. There's some down that way, about 2 miles, and then 3 miles, 4 miles. There's a couple. So our goal is, we're taking a moment to break. We're gonna fill up with as much air as we can. Oh, that tasted terrible. And then start walking and kayaking as far down as we can. Adjusting some expectations. Gabby thinks we could go very, very far. I'm thinking we might go a little less, but I'm actually loving this chaos. So the key question is, how good is this patch? We know duct tape and electrical tape would work better. We did not bring either of them. That being said, this Intex kayak, not bad. Had it for 2 years. This is the first issue I've had with it. Unfortunately, it is a terrible issue. Kind of like a lot of things, an issue with a kayak is a bad issue because it's always going to occur at a moment when it's needed. It's like a car problem. You don't have a problem when you're not driving. You have a problem only when you are driving. So our kayak is struggling. Fortunately, in a real way though, we talk about moving it down. We could pretty much drag it and just gently float it the rest of the way to like a good access point, because the bottom is still inflated, the other side, the two tips are inflated, the seats are inflated. Like, it won't sink. It just won't go. Whoa, chills. And now, Gabby is struggling in the distance. She's doing great. So our original hypothesis, not really that. We thought that this could help. As we're going, stop for a sec, Gab. If you could listen, air is still leaking, but we think it is substantially less quick.
Yeah.
Or at least that's our hope. Let's go. We are trying to cut weight, so we know we aren't making the full distance, so we are trying to drain some provisions, and Gabby is not reluctantly dumping a gallon of water.
Thankfully, half a gallon.
Half a gallon.
You want any water?
The drinking most of the half gallon does defeat the purpose of dumping the water.
It is really tough to drain this whole bad boy. Wow. And I was watching. Adam said I did the slowest dumpage.
Glaciers are moving more quickly. Climate change has taken out more of Antarctica in the time than Gabby dumping a gallon of water.
It's been tough. What's our plan now, Adam?
Well, talk before. Let's go to the good book. Not the Bible this time, though.
Well, I'm praying.
Right here is where we're going. Frenchtown access. We are right up here. So,
Okay.
it's about a roughly 1.5 miles to go. After that, we're gonna assess where we're at and how our boat's doing. The problem after that is there really isn't a good spot. There's one more spot where you could go a mile further south from there, but then there's really no good spot for some time.
Yeah.
Which would be like from the spot that's 2.5 miles away, there's not a spot for about 7 miles. So we'd have to go 9.5 more miles to get a spot.
Pumping every 3 minutes.
Yes,
basically,
pumping every 3 minutes.
Learned.
And assuming that the raft does not deteriorate worse than what it currently is.
Yeah, we're unsure if we've sprung an additional leak. That's yet to be determined. We also have been having this weird steering issue. Did we discuss this?
Yeah, maybe it's a current. There could be just a current, but
yeah.
It does seem like we are flipping a little bit more. Maybe we'll check the rudder to see if it has bent in any way.
Yeah, and then we are going to be also hitting rapids. So it's
just
like
a little baby rapid.
If we were going to be hitting, if we were staying shallow, I feel like we could continue on longer. It's depending on if we hit more deep water. We can't make it on deep water for many minutes.
There's a challenge with the deep water of like we could do it, but yet again there is a lot of like, okay, you need to be there. I mean, on shallow water I could kind of walk beside it, kind of keep it going, but deep water is a problem. Like you can't. It's just a lot.
So don't give us any deep water. Let's see how far we can go.
So this is our life now. I can't stop paddling. We have lost control of where the kayak is, mainly because my hypothesis is we have disproportionate air. I feel like that's pretty easy, but I am attempting to paddle and keep us going. Way down there is the Frenchtown Bridge. I lied to you. Earlier we were not at the Frenchtown Bridge, but the Upper Milford Bridge.
Yep.
So for those fact checkers, cancel call cultures, I was wrong. Forgive me. But you could hear that leaking. Our patch job has, well, I think in a very brilliant way, was brilliant.
We tried putting Band-Aids.
We tried putting Band-Aids. We tried being precise, and it was, yes, essentially just as effective as before.
Yep.
Obviously, the YouTubing here is even worse. And we are retaining water. We're going down. We're not going down. We're safe. Gabby does not like that joke. But we have a mile to go until we get to the Frenchtown Bridge.
Oh, we can do it.
Let's go. So Gabby and I are, in a real way, I'm having the time of my life.
Me too.
It's the, you know, one of the things we talked about with this was an adventure, and
We're in an adventure. We're in a fight right now.
Yeah,
we
are.
We're really fighting multiple things. What are we fighting? We're fighting our boat.
we named our boat Rock.
Doing our job.
She actually, in a real way, is Rock, living up to her name and sinking. She is trying to.
Rock is supposed to be our rock. We named her out of safety and assurance. And Rock, we keep telling her, babe, you have one job, okay? And this is honestly your last job, probably.
Yeah.
So just, like, do your job, okay?
You could hear the leak right here.
Yeah.
You could see it spitting.
I will say, I'm thankful the leak is not underneath us, because
Yeah.
we'd be screwed.
Oh yeah. Here we could patch, we could fill. There's
And-
all these little mallards.
And we also saw this freakish gray pterodactyl. I'm gonna call it that.
For the record, we did not see a dinosaur. Oh, look at these little mallards flying away.
Oh, and we love when they touch water. We've seen them do this crazy cool waddle.
Yeah, they're very awkward.
It's adorbs.
It's like they don't like mud on their butts, even though they live in the water. But
Now in a colony.
as you notice, Gabby is pumping the boat air tank while we go. This is routine. I can paddle. I paddle more than what's seen on these videos.
No, he's paddling the entire time. We cannot rest.
Yeah.
Because the reality is we know that we're on a clock.
Yeah.
Like this leak is growing. We can tell. So right now it has a couple band-aids on it. We can hear it ferociously.
Yep.
I have to repump. At this point, it's every 2 minutes, not 3 anymore.
Yeah.
And so that's why when I pump, even, Adam pretty much has to keep rowing because we're trying to get to each destination, and then, you know, if we take a break or whatever we do.
We need to know that we're safely making it.
Yeah. Thankfully, again, we're in some nice shallow area. We were just recently in a pretty deep area,
But we're also looking for an access point up here. So we're gonna kind of figure out where it is, and we think the goal is Gabby's brother Liam is gonna pick us up.
Yep.
But we're gonna probably repackage and then just say, meet us along this road at some point, and we're gonna go as far as we can, which is the right way. No more worries. The nice part is actually where we're gonna be going to in the near future. Gabby and I both have been tubing down the Delaware there.
yeah, so that's really cool. That is kind of my goal. I'd love to make it.
Yeah, if we do that, we've done good.
That'd
But
be really impressive.
look at all these. Those are geese, those are geese, right? Or are those ducks?
They look like they're ducks because the geese are big and white, I think.
Yeah. These are some beautiful birds.
Yeah.
They look delicious.
Oh, they're little plumpies. And then I have thought, honestly, about going up to one of these houses and asking them for something to patch up our kayak. I did think about it.
Please, Seth, can I have some duct tape?
Hey, Steph, you have some more?
I will burn down your
And
house.
since you literally live on the river, I would think you have something more for me.
Oh, we shall see. But in the meantime, we are in
Going
distress.
to that island.
So we are now between two islands. Look at Gabby. You know, she is like a river fairy. That we're between two islands, just gently drifting away, and it is absolutely exquisite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quick-paced moving here, but this is actually kind of nice. Actually, I mean, not moving terribly slow.
Well, it's helping us a little more than it was.
Yeah.
It'll take
Or at least it feels like it is, and it's just,
a little breeze going, a little bit.
yeah, it's kind of nice to, you know, we're a little bit more shadowed. Is that a trap door down over there to the left?
It looks like it.
Oh,
Also, that tree is encrusted with spider webs.
Oh, and there's things all over there too.
Yeah, this is nice. I do think my legs were starting to really burn, so I now covered my legs with a shirt. When we stop next, I might change into the leggings.
Oh, nice. That's a good call.
Yeah, to just help with him getting burnt.
Yep.
And then I am feeling it in the back, I think, is the most. What muscles are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling in my arms. So we've gone over 20 miles. Not that that's, I mean, I feel good about it, but, you know, you could say what you want about distances and times and moments, I suppose.
I feel very proud of it.
Yeah, I feel very proud. This isn't the hot dog guy here. I will go crazy.
No, there's been no signs.
Is
Someone
it?
lives here?
Somebody might. I'm jealous of that house. This is so cool. But that's the dream, Gabby.
It's like a little chimney and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're enjoying it.
To home. Maybe their access point is on the other side.
Yeah. You know, we'll never know.
That's pretty cool.
And I guess that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Come to get one of these for years. I just didn't know it was like gonna cost me everything.
I know. That's crazy. Okay, so here it is.
Are you recording?
Yep.
So we're at the famous hot dog man. I've wanted to come to this place for years.
Yeah.
For years. And I've always gone to the wrong tubing place. For whatever reason, we've never been able to get here.
Yeah.
And we weren't with the tubing, we were with kayaking. So I bought a hot dog. This is a $7 hot dog. This makes baseball stadiums look reasonable. It's incredible. It's small, it's petite.
Wow, it's really small.
It's an okay hot dog. It's not bad.
They call it a
River dog.
no, tube steaks.
What do you think?
Really good. I actually think it's really tasty. I mean,
It's a good hot dog for $3.50.
yeah. $7 is stealing. That's amazing that they can do that.
And the River hot dog man is famous for jacking up prices.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah. We can't. We went there for a meal. Kids can't go to college.
Nope. So, okay, so we asked him about the other prices. Chicken sandwich.
Oh, I forgot. Hamburger was $9.
Chicken sandwich, I believe, was $10. Hamburger was $9.
Something like that, yeah.
Water was, a bottle of water was $4. Bottle of
I'm in
water
water.
was $4.
Done and done.
I think a bag of chips. I don't know. A candy bar was $2.
Candy bar was $2. This guy's a racket.
It's amazing. And we asked the kid, we were like, so how much is everything? And he's like, yeah. And he goes like this, river prices. We're like, no kidding, river prices. And then we go over to get Adam to switch and catch up with other people. And they're like, yo, it's 50 cents a squirt. We're like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we didn't know how much everything was. We just gave him the card. We heard you ask all the prices, and we were like, what? I just paid, actually, I think it's $12 for a chicken sandwich.
$12. I mean, those
I
are.
think it was $10 for a hamburger.
You know, I think like cheap hot. The hot dog itself tasted good. That's a small hot dog.
It
At
should
least-
have been
yeah.
a huge hot dog.
At least give me a foot long hot dog.
Come
here.
on.
Yeah, hot
Don't
dog
be a
Johnny's.
jerk. Hot dog
Hard
Johnny's.
pass.
No, hot dog Johnny's.
Oh no, hot dog Johnny's is the man. Forgive me,
Hot dog man. This is hot
the
dog
famous
man.
River hot dog man. You need to be losing your spot. Hot dog Johnny's. That's who we meant. You need to come
Absolutely.
down and open up a competing stand and put this guy up to his
That would
nose.
be amazing.
Hot dog Johnny's, we love you. Forgive me for what I've said about
We
you.
love you, hot dog Johnny's.
We love you. You're delicious. Gabby doesn't like your buttermilk. Full disclosure. We have been beached in the middle of a river right now. Wait, concentrate together.
Okay. Where are we gonna go, Adam?
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, this is a real one.
Wait. It's gonna take us. It's just gonna go backwards.
Okay. You know what? Guess what? I'm just gonna focus on something.
Then-
This is crazy.
Then-
Why aren't any of these tubers? Why didn't Greg go before us and we could have seen? Do you think we should go to the right?
Well, we're kind of locked down right now.
Alright, this is cool. We're doing it. You're doing it.
We got
you wanna
this.
Put it on there so we can see these rocks formation?
Oh yeah. So take a look down here. Yeah, we are just like.
Literally on massive rocks, and we're going down massive rocks.
We're going down backwards. Oh,
Oh my gosh!
this is Gabby's nightmare.
Oh no!
Oh wait, freeze.
Oh,
Gabby,
no.
take this.
Oh no!
Take the ball.
Oh no!
The camera's on.
Okay.
Do not. Do not.
Okay. This is a spot.
So, normally when we're in the river, these are gentle rapids that you go over. They're for children. We've been beached.
They're for children, he said. Oh my gosh. What are you thinking? Tell me before you do it.
No. Act and then speak.
Okay.
Just make sure we're inflated.
I'm
Here, I got
trying.
this.
Okay.
There we are.
Okay.
There we are. We're doing good, Lassie.
How are you even gonna get on
Don't ask those questions. Ow! That hurt.
No, oh no.
We're going down. Our air leak. No, we're not going down. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. I'm gonna come on in a second. Keep pumping.
Okay, okay.
I put a lot of pressure on that side. This is very slippery. Delaware River, get your act together. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will find you. I will find you.
I know, I think it's gonna get deep.
I will find you.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh my God.
oh,
Oh.
I will find you. 5-0.
Adam!
I can't.
Adam! What is happening?
Oh boy.
What?
We're losing air.
Oh my gosh, Adam. Did you just take the tape off again?
No, I did not. I've never taken the tape off. Find that. Can I have a paddle?
Yeah.
So we are right near Bucks County River tubing, which is crazy because we've gone here before. So we actually have gone through where we've tubed. It's very exciting. And today we've done more miles with a hole than without it.
That's right.
Look at our hole here. But we're about to cross through these 3 great pylons coming up. It's very exciting, you know.
Yeah, we've never passed through this.
Yeah, it feels like I'm Lord of the Rings.
Because we always have to stop.
Right over there.
Yes.
If you go through the pylons, you've gone too far.
Right.
And
We're
here
gonna go too far.
we go. So we are passing that. That's crazy how everything gets just stuck there. We don't know.
So do you think all that was underwater though?
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, because how would it get so high? For sure.
Well, not all of it was underwater because I mean those don't that'd be way too high.
Not the whole pillar. I meant that stack of wood.
Oh yeah, it builds up over time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And why get stuck on that?
I don't know. It's weird. But maybe one thing accumulates another, if you will.
Yeah, that's probably right. Somehow.
Yeah, but woo, we're almost near our next access point.
Let's go.
So we've just lent a Byram access point, and we think we've done about over 27 miles total. We've got to do the math still. But what we do know for certain at this point is we've done more miles with a leak than without a leak.
Yeah. And it hurt.
Yeah, the last portion here was brutal. It was all
I think we were going there. We almost were going like 45 minutes without a break just now.
Wow, yeah.
And that means like also we're pumping and taking, checking the leak for all that time. So that's not just like 45 minutes of kayaking.
Yeah.
So I think we just got focused on our next target, which is great actually.
Yeah, we'll be able to reassess now in a
We're
minute.
gonna reassess. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, let's find a bathroom.
Uh-huh.
This guy has just been hanging out with us. Very close, actually even closer than this to me earlier. I think he's just really broken and is used to getting some food. Funny little bird. A dam here.
We're going through a dam right now.
All right.
Oh my.
Yeah, Gabby. Oh, air.
Okay, there.
You're on air. I got paddling. Oh yeah. Look at this.
Look,
Gabby,
look.
keeping it. There we are, doing great.
Oh, I see it. Oh, Adam. Big
Yep,
one.
we're doing great. Yeah. Woo!
Oh my God.
Whoa. Took a second for us to kind of make sure we were in the right spot. Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Dad, this is so crazy.
So fun.
That was so cool.
So fun. All right. So
Yep.
we think this is the island where you stayed, Liam?
Liam, this has got to be your island. We just ate chocolate chip cookies there and found another pole. We were on the phone with you actually while we patched it up. But take stock. It's right before Lambertville. Is that your island, bro? It's a dope island.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We are now in the home stretch. We've almost gotten to Lambertville.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
That's our bridge.
That's our bridge. It's the last
Look at
bridge in the distance.
Non-moving water.
Non-moving water.
For a mile.
Our hole is expanding in the our leak is getting bigger and bigger in the boat. We are fried. We are tired, and we're gonna get the tally on the ride home. But we have easily overcome 30 miles in all of this in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
This is a good day for us, bud.
Yeah.
It's exciting. We'll give you an update when we get there.
Go. Take him. Ah! Baby's
The last couple miles were really damaging to us here. I've been sitting crisscross applesauce for 8 hours.
can't get out of it. I can't get out. Why is no one helping me? You're having me so hard. What?
Hey, Gabby, I'm filming you. Just heads up.
I know. We're coming.
I can't get out of it.
It's just I want to save this for our future children. This
Oh,
is,
you're filming too?
of course.
Wow, that's actually pretty bad then.
We'll have two different angles.
All right.
Yeah.
No one else.
It was just too good.
Okay, wait. So they just got back. I just want to say, not that long ago, me and some friends did this same trip
Oh
and got much, much further.
my god.
And Adam planned the whole thing. And here we are.
Oh, did you
In
get much
Lambertville.
further?
Yeah.
Yeah, over 2
Over
days.
2 days. Okay.
Could you guys have continued for 2 days?
Yes.
We didn't pack for 2 days or prepare.
Look at my boat. Adam's boat. Look, it's covered with band-aids. We had a pump the whole time. We've been pumping for 16 miles minimum, Liam. Okay.
Actually, over 16. We hit over 30 miles.
We've been pumping.
So, the last thing you would have seen here is Gabby attempting to get out of the kayak.
Oh wow.
I don't think we filmed in the car.
No, we did. We were dead.
Yeah,
We were legit dead by
So-
the end of our adventure.
Yeah.
And to give you guys some context, we did our adventure from a Wednesday night into a Thursday, and it is now the Saturday following.
And we've started to recover.
We
It
are,
was brutal.
yes, we are starting to recover. The recovery has been very interesting. We will get to that. So what do we want to break down first?
Well, let's talk total mileage.
Let's do
The
it.
obvious stat. In less than 24 hours, we went 35.5 miles. Thank you.
Yeah.
We went 35.5 miles. We don't know the exact number, and I think you got to aim down a little more.
Oh, okay. I'm holding it. We're not in a car, guys.
Let me grab.
I got it. I
You
think I got it.
All right. We went 11 miles on Wednesday night. On Thursday, we went about 24.5. These are all rough. They're
Yep.
not necessarily perfect in those areas.
Yeah.
But and we figured we went about probably 22 of those with the air leak. 22,
Yes.
20, 21, 22. I haven't done the exact math on this.
Yes.
But the most
Wow.
miles we traveled throughout all of this was easily with the leaking kayak.
Absolutely with a leak.
So those are our raw statistics. We ended in Lambertville in the end, which was amazing still.
Wow.
We really conquered a large number of we hit a huge area.
Yeah, I think so our goal, as we had said at the outset, was Trenton, and then we hit the leak.
Yeah, the leak was a big game changer.
So I think even after the first night, I was still definitely thinking, I think we can make our mileage, even though we hadn't gone as far as at night as
Sure,
we would
yeah.
want. I know you were already thinking we should kind of readjust our expectations.
Yeah.
Which was more because Adam has a more realistic view of how long it actually takes to kayak down something. I have no context of it, so it kind of helped me push forward.
Well, I also want to keep you alive.
Yeah, my ignorance was bliss for me, not really having a real understanding of how long it takes to go somewhere. Even for some context at the end, we decided, okay, let's try to actually hit Lambertville. We were at one stop before it, and then we thought, can we do it? Can we just go a little farther?
Oh yeah.
So we decided, let's do it, and we had 7 more miles to hit Lambertville, maybe.
It was
at that
5,
point?
6, or 7.
Okay,
around
5
there.
to
Yeah.
7 miles. And my brother was going to pick us up, and we were talking and texting him to try to figure out when we'll be at Lambertville.
Yeah.
And it was he was going to be there in a half hour, and we still had 4 miles or something.
Yeah.
And so Adam said, there's no way we'll be there in that amount of time. And I was like, really? How long do you think it'll take us? And Adam's like an hour and a half, and I was like, no way. So, and then it's true, that was almost exact. And when we got there, Liam also, who had already done this, he also had a good understanding of it, and he said when we told them that we were gonna also hit Lambertville, and part of my rationale, which didn't make a ton of sense, but I was thinking, let's get a little closer to him so he won't have to drive as far. So I was thinking, let's get closer to home.
Yeah,
so
it's
he doesn't
good
have to
rationale.
drive as far. And he said he immediately was like, what are they thinking? They're gonna kayak, so my drive will be, I don't have to drive 10 minutes farther, but it'll take them an hour and a half to kayak that distance.
Yeah.
And that's almost exact. It took us an hour and a half to kayak so that we would be 10 minutes closer to him.
Yeah, it's a huge but Really, I think the thing that slowed us more than anything was you had to get the obvious fact of the leak.
Yeah.
Because when the boat's inflated less, obviously it's not going to go as smoothly forward. It's going to be more resistant. And Gabby did an amazing job filling it again. She did an amazing job patching it with Band-Aids, which really the Band-Aids were... There's no stopping the leak, but I think that was the best thing that was the clincher that kept us from sinking.
So let's take a step back and just break down what happened, I think, throughout the adventures. Because I think you saw videos of it, but I don't know if we gave context everywhere we went. So we started around 7:30.
Yep, 7:30 Wednesday night. We kept going. I mean, really, the amazing part in that first couple hours, we made excellent time.
Yep.
Because we stopped at about...
8:45. We had some beautiful kayaking. It was like getting dark.
Yeah.
Around 8:45, maybe we stopped when it was gonna get dark. Like really about to get dark. We added some clothes, ate some food.
We got our headlamps on, kind of just readjusted for the nighttime.
Yep. We geared up. We're getting back in the kayak, and now it's pitch black.
What time did we stop kayaking that night?
Around 10:45.
Yep. So really, between 7:30 and counting for a break to 10:45, 3 hours.
Yeah.
We had just. One, I think we were very fresh. We also had some great patches of, like, the river's just moving. So
we had a lot of rapids at night.
Yeah. So we did have some, like, really fortunate, like, hey, we're strong, and also the water kayak wasn't. So imagine, like, okay, not all the time would have been that pace, but our pacing would have been so much different had that been, like, 3 hours, 11 hours, and the timing of the next day. We would have hit Trenton probably.
We would have. I have no doubt that we would have hit it.
Yeah.
So in reality, what happened was we geared up. We went for our night kayaking, and then we did our night kayaking, and went away. And I put my headlamp on for all who care about bugs. I put my headlamp on before we're about to get in the kayak, and I'm immediately swarmed with bugs. It was so disgusting. It was so horrifying, and Adam's fine with it. But the reality is the bugs were there, but like I put the headlamp on so they swarm towards you, and also you're just now aware of them. They're flying in my face. Oh, it's horrible. So we get in the boat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to turn this headlamp off, and we get in the water, but there were bugs like for a while constantly.
Yeah.
And then they kind of slowed down a little bit, thank goodness. But that was rough because I really wanted to keep my light off because the bugs were disgusting, but we legit couldn't see. So we were at a night, you might have been able to see in the video, I'm not sure. There was no moon, and it was so dark.
So that was a huge flaw with all of
it was so dark.
Originally, and it's hard to remember what we talked about, so we're giving the recap of it all. But a month ago, like when we were originally planning to do this, there was a half moon, which is enough. It's just there's no outside help, so everything is a blur, everything is a shadow. It's kind of like how the Titanic got sunk. You just have no waves and no moon. Actually, I don't know. I remember the movie. There was no waves. I don't remember if there was no moon.
No
but
idea.
that was a huge flaw for us there. But we did end up finding our island, which was very fortunate.
Well, before we get to our island, we were going through all this pitch blackness, and in order to navigate it,
Gabby was doing great.
I had my headlamp on to the right, kind of like the side, and I had to sweep across in order to see anything. Like, because if we put it straight across, it would blind us. So I had to sweep across, and really we could kind of make out there's two edges across the water, and we couldn't see anything like in front of us or any obstacles in between. And Adam also had his headlamp on, and he would check the book, to check like where are we going and what's the next obstacle, where are the rapids. And then really sometimes we would just turn off the lamps and listen for rapids.
Yeah, no, that was.
And Adam would have us listen for them. And he would also, when we were looking for like a big island coming up, he would actually check Google Maps because we couldn't see
Apple Maps. I use Google.
Maps. He would check that.
I give my life to Steve Jobs, not to the Google people.
We don't give our life standing to these people.
No.
You're
real. Yeah.
But it did help us in this moment. And it was really helpful because we absolutely couldn't see a humongous island.
Yeah. Pitch black.
25 feet in front of us. We couldn't see it.
Yeah, the details are just gone, so.
It was terrifying. So we did decide, let's stop. I kind of said, okay, I've been able to do this much night riding, and I'm coming to a point where I might freak out if we have to go over another huge rapid in the dark.
That's reasonable.
Where like we ride up to a rock I can reach out and touch this huge rock, and we didn't see it 5 feet before.
Yeah, no, it's reasonable. It was time to be done.
It was scary.
That if we ever did it again, we would really need to do with a full moon.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be, I think.
That would be awesome.
That was, for us, it was the date that we did this wasn't planned for anything but the fact that at this point we could do it.
Yeah.
Because, we originally we've been trying to do it. You know, I got laser eye surgery, which was awesome, so it delayed the process though of the trip. But it was like Gabby was great when we found the dates because it was right now. We did it on August what? 4th and 5th.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So we just know how quickly the summer's coming to an end. We know our schedules are filling up.
Yeah.
So it was okay. Not waiting for perfect conditions at this point. It was we've got to go because
Well, we wanted to look for when it wasn't thunderstorms.
Yeah. It was.
That was really our only thing. Can we find the time out of work, and can we do it when there's not thunderstorms? Because we didn't do it the last time really because of Adam's laser eye surgery, but it ended up being a huge blessing because there ended up being insane thunderstorms during that time, and that would have been
it would have been. It would not have been the best. Well, and that's also like you can't. The game over if it's thunderstorming. There's no that's not being brave or having an adventure. That's just being stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that on the river.
Yeah. So we found a time to go, and that's why we just did it, despite there being no moon.
Yeah, but it was really, I thought we did great, and then we were able to pull over in a great time in a safe spot. Mm-hmm. We told you before, we got that great location.
Making it to the island was one of my absolute favorite things. There was such a sense of triumph when we had to go through rapids to get there, and I thought we weren't gonna make it. I was like, Adam, we're not gonna make it, and he was like, push on, and I was like, okay, it was like I'd been so calm, and it was all coming to the surface, like, oh my gosh, if we miss this island, we're dead.
Yeah, which would have been a huge problem if we missed the island.
It would have been a huge problem because we know that we got a leak an hour into, or 45 minutes to an hour into kayaking the next day. It probably would have happened at night, which would have been a huge terror. So we made it to that island. God really took care of us. It was a beautiful island, so idyllic. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Or you already
They've already seen it, yeah.
And it's so beautiful, and it really was great. We slept in a hammock. It was freezing.
Yeah, not the hammock's fault, but
not the hammock's fault. It was just freezing, but we made it through. It was good.
Yeah, it was. I think for as comfortable of a night as it possibly could be.
I agree.
Not yet again. If we did it again, I think I'm not joining for we will, but mostly it would be okay. You definitely want more of a blanket, and we did talk changing out wet clothing. Although we weren't. The problem is really everything gets damp so quickly because you're on the river.
Yeah, it was hard. Adam did a really good job packing us. We packed 2 dry bags, and we had changes of clothes in there, and they really did stay dry in those dry bags. But we also wore some of the longer sleeve clothes on the water because we wanted to stay warm on the water. So, that was the toss up. We also had to pack very light for this trip because we were in one kayak together.
Yeah.
We had all of our food, drinks, and clothes, and headlamps, gear.
Yeah.
So we made some decisions. It was my decision for us to take out the tarp. That was an error. If you guys ever do this, you should definitely keep the tarp. What I would say I would get rid of, do you know what I would get rid of from our packing? Pretzels.
Oh yeah, we never ate
We had
them.
a bag of pretzels. Yeah. I will say that this is not a snacking trip.
Yeah, no, not a snacking
You are not
trip.
sitting and lounging and snacking. You have no need for snacks.
Yep.
So did we do a breakdown on what we packed?
No.
Okay, so food-wise, we packed 4 Gatorades, big ones.
Yep.
2 gallons of water.
Yep.
6 mini Diet Cokes.
Yep, because we drank some of them from. We had this. So the nice part with our packing, and actually what really helped us be more spontaneous with this was when we canceled in July, we actually had all the stuff already prepped. So we just piled it in the room and did not touch it essentially for the month because we figured, okay, we're doing this. We are now. It's Gabby was amazing. I was at work, and Gabby just got our perishable foods quickly. It's aside from putting your clothing and grabbing some bagels and making sandwiches, boom, we were able to scale. So back to the food.
Yeah, we had prepped it. So those were our drinks. Snacks, we had this whole bag of snacks. We ended up taking it out last minute, thank goodness.
Yep, that was
so
the right
we had
call.
1 bag of pretzels that we never opened. Then, really, the food was we each had 2 bagels. We each had 2 peanut butter jelly sandwiches. His was just peanut butter.
Oh yeah, jelly.
And
hard pass.
That was it.
Yeah.
Is that really all our food?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And that's no. And we had grapes and cheddar cheese, and an apple and an orange. Yeah, it's cheddar cheese. Yeah, and an apple and an orange. We never ate the orange, but we did eat the apple and all the grapes and cheese and all of our bagels and almost all of our peanut butter
and
jellies.
some cookies.
Oh, and we had some chocolate chip cookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was it, and that's all we really. It really when you're doing this trip, it was very interesting. When you stop, because we did really enjoy our rest stops, but they weren't eating rest stops. They were like, whoa, let's explore this area that where we
Yeah.
are. Let's patch up our boat because we needed
Yeah.
that. Stretch for a moment, use the bathroom, Purell, take stock of our materials, definitely drink, and that's it. You just don't, it's not a snacking trip. So you would kind of eat like half a sandwich to literally fuel up, and then you're back at it because you don't want to really waste a lot of time.
Yeah, and also by the time our kayak was leaking, it's, we are taking more stops, but they can't all be rest stops because then we're never going to get anywhere. So it's like, we're there, we might do like a little bit, but it's not like, okay, we're not doing a lunch break every time here.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think if we didn't have to deal with the leak, we probably would have snacked more on the actual boat, just like while you're going.
Oh yeah, we would have had more options.
We would have done that, but as it was, we couldn't. So we woke up in the morning, you saw there was fog, and we go on, it's beautiful once
Yeah.
the fog starts to burn off, and then we get to a point where the leak happens.
Yeah, probably 2 miles.
Which you saw.
Yeah, later on. So it was not very far that we made it.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure it's because of the paddle rubbing against that seam. I think it just like wore out. And I will defend the kayak itself. It's an Intex Explorer kayak. It was like $70. So it was not crazy. Like, it's not an endurance built kayak. So I really think it got its worth out of the money over all of this. But it's one of those like, okay, we threw it out in the end, and that was the final decision because, okay, I just don't think it's patchable. It's a seam rip. So even as we were going throughout the whole trip, it was getting bigger and bigger as we were going.
It was.
Yeah, so it's one of those, it's not a scraped bottom surface. It's this is being destroyed. But when we got there, Gabby was the real encourager in all of this of, we could keep going. Because, my initial thought was, okay, we're having a leak, and Gabby is not always crazy about water, so my thought was like, okay, I don't want to push us too far in all this, but Gabby was amazing. She took the lead and like kept us going in a lot of these ways of like, no, I want to keep, I'm so excited here. It was awesome.
Well, we did have some learning moments with that.
We learned a lot.
Because as we started to go with the leak, Adam was making a lot of jokes.
Yeah,
Right.
I loved a good sinking.
He was
budget.
having a lot of fun with it, which I'm really glad because I'm glad that he immediately reacted with like, oh, this is hilarious and an adventure, because I was so worried it would be despair because this was such, as we said, a big adventure for him. And for me, if you guys are thinking of any time you've ever tried to do something for your loved one, like this whole kayaking thing is really showed me years ago when Adam, there's the whole reason we did this is because he missed it with the guys like
Gabby
years
loves
ago
me
for
very
his
much.
appendicitis, and he's fine with it and everything, but it really was a sad thing for him to miss out on that. And Adam never gets FOMO, so it was like, okay, Adam actually really missed out on this, like I want to help make this happen. So for that I wanted to make this happen, and in order to do it we did all this. So now, like a little bit into the trip, it felt like, now are we done? And
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle that because I'd already felt like I've given everything I can to this.
Oh.
And I don't know if I can ever do this again.
That's
so
reasonable.
like if this ends now, I've given everything I can to it and it still wasn't enough. And that's like a really tough thing.
Yeah.
And I do know, I've learned from this, like, the reality is you can't give your significant loved ones, like, you can't give them every experience because
No, not
I
at
couldn't.
all.
This wasn't recreating what the guys did. It's not exactly the same. But
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was still amazing. It's different, Some similarities, but different. But I think in that moment when we had the leak, I was like, oh my gosh, I still can't like make this happen. And that's why I pushed so hard for us to keep going even with the leak, because I was like,
Aw.
we have to like make this whatever it will be and like max out.
Yeah,
Like,
it was amazing.
And Adam was all in for that. So when we did start going with the leak, his kind of way of having fun with it was, we're in the middle of deep water and he's yelling, oh, boat going down and
I was having the.
sinking ship and stuff. And I was like, okay, I can't handle that. That's actually extremely terrifying to me.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
but I thought it was a lot of fun.
But then he stopped that, and then, we could have other jokes. I just couldn't necessarily joke in deep water about, like, actually sinking with an actual leak in our boat.
Yeah, but it was.
That was terrifying to me.
Those were the big moments of like, yeah, I'm trying to think. So we
Yeah.
patched. Really, after that, it was
Yep.
always like, okay, kind of just not a long-term plan, but it was always section by section, like, okay, can we make to the next port? Like, and like, can we
Yeah.
reassess there? And every time it was like, okay, we got a little bit further, and it really helped that when Liam kept getting delayed, it was like, okay, well, if we have another hour, like, there's no reason to sit here for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what was really good. I felt like we decided we're going to take our time. We're going to pause at all these intervals. And then we just kept reassessing, looking at the map and saying, can we do 3 more miles? Can we do X more miles? And that's what we did.
Yep.
And we just
I mean, we surpassed my expectation for sure.
Yeah, we did. I was so thrilled with
I was
the end
really
results.
excited. Yep, it was really, really fun. And we got to explore. And I think, so want to do our major takeaway?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to go first?
My major takeaway, I felt like I was so excited because I feel like I have a lot of fear of water. Like, we always joke about it, but I really am afraid of water. And I think sometimes I see people have like different experiences, like even on water, and I'm like, wow, like I can appreciate that. That's really cool, and like you got to experience God's nature in a way that I think is amazing. It's just I don't know that I can ever do that because I can't get over part of that fear that I need to in order to do it. So I think I got to experience a lot of things despite my fear, and my fear is not gone. But within
you're
that
very
fear,
courageous in this.
within that fear, and like with Adam's like love and support, and with like God just really taking care of us and like really leaning into God, I feel like I was able to experience some beautiful things that I wouldn't be able to do if I hadn't just kind of been in that fear and like just kept going. Like waking up on the island. I mean, I never would have been able to get there.
It was awesome.
You know, you have to get through the rapids to get there. Or like some of those moments that we had on the water, just like listening to worship music in the middle of like, we're the only people we can see, and just, it's so beautiful. God created all this, and just beautiful stillness. Like I wouldn't have gotten there if we hadn't kept going with the leak.
Yeah.
You know, if I hadn't been able to just deal with the fact that you just have to continuously pump and deal with the fear that you're literally seeing your kayak deflate while you inflate it.
Yeah.
If I couldn't have dealt with that, I wouldn't have gotten those 20 extra miles.
No,
and that would have been a bummer because we saw a lot of cool stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, and my big takeaway was just working more with communication, because you're in a two-person kayak. There is no like, you are not your own, because everything that you're doing, even if it's paddling in rhythm, if Gabby's inflating the kayak, wherever you are, it's very much a balancing act. And it's also a big question about like communication and feedback, because I think sometimes in normal life, you know, you always are managing like your feelings and other person's feelings. You want to do really well at it. In a kayak, in a weird way, like you have to be very quick with feedback, because like, okay, there right at the beginning we were hitting each other's oars a number of times.
Yes.
And let's put it this way, we're doing this for maybe around 24 hours. I mean, at the time we had no idea the exact time frame, but even if we're doing 15 hours, do you want 15 hours of hitting? Nothing points a problem so quickly, so it's like, okay, you need quick, direct feedback on something. And, you know, okay, maybe it could be like a little bit, okay, but it's like, okay, got this move, and we're working past it because, we really want to do well at this. And to me, that's always just such an important factor of like, okay, this is a great new way to communicate, a new team way of learning. That's always fun. Also learned just the clarity in packing, of not in the way of what we pack, but, just, okay, organization into separate bags, kind of figuring that out really does help for something like this, because it made, as much as for some of the times of like, okay, we don't want to waste time figuring out where everything is, but okay, can we move quickly through that process? Because it's never fun packing and repacking. So it's like, okay, let's move through this quickly. Those were my big things.
Yeah, and just kind of like, we had to respond to what was given to us.
Yeah.
Very much so. So, the idea, I thought on the water, I thought maybe I can make it till midnight. But also, I also really wanted to sleep in a place that was not bug infested and had some privacy. And so we had to choose that first. Adam was very wise about that. He's like, well, this is the next island coming up, and after that we have like 5 miles with rapids and more. We don't know what we'll find.
Yeah.
So you choose that island. You don't wait until midnight and then just expect a beautiful island to arrive. You're out in the wilderness. You can't see. So, and then, you just kind of deal with what's given to you. Be happy with it. Like, roll with it.
Like many parts of life, there isn't really a lot of like, the perfect scenario is not all. Sometimes it will, like we ended up having a great spot. But was the timing necessarily right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Right.
But it was this is the option for the moment. And other times it's like, okay, you got to give up a good option because the timing isn't right. Like, there's there were a lot of actual better places, kind of more convenient places for us to stop at the end of the day than Lambertville. But it was like, okay, the timing wasn't right there, so we had to keep going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's one of those like, okay, there's something you're trading out at all these moments.
Yeah. And bottom line, if we had not had a leak, who would have absolutely done the 50 miles.
Oh yeah, we did amazing.
But it was amazing. And honestly, it was pretty funny to do it with the league.
Yeah, it was.
We got pretty loopy, as you saw in the video, and it was pretty comical.
Oh yeah,
and absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if we showed it in the video, but there were people yelling to us. They're like, "Do you have a motorized kayak?" Because they see us pumping,
yeah.
and we're like, "No, we just have a leak," and they're cracking up.
Yeah, it was
That was
amazing.
pretty funny.
I could not have been more proud of the trip itself.
Yeah.
And also in a real way, not in a way that it, not adding it as a difference, but we had already gone the next segment before, so.
Yeah,
the
we've
cool
already
part-
done that
yeah.
ride, Lambertville to Trenton, so that worked out.
Yeah, the cool part was we really didn't miss, you know, it would have been cool to keep going in that sense of like the distance, but we've also seen that segment, so it was not like
so that's
a,
cool. We've done
yeah,
it.
we really, the nice part I think was we hit all the spots that, we hit 35 miles of unknown areas to
Totally
us, which was
unknown
really
to us.
nice.
Really cool.
Yeah, so.
Encourage you guys to do it.
Yeah, but
That's
as
it.
you go, please comment, like, subscribe, do any of those things.
Did we quote the book that they need to do this?
Oh my gosh. It's called A Paddler's Guide to the Delaware River. I want to note on here, they are not sponsors. I do not expect them. I don't think it's a huge publication. But it really was. I bought it 2 years ago when I did this. If you are looking at, seriously, kayaking, even tubing, boating, this book, I'll include a link to it in the show notes beneath as well.
Yeah.
Could not be a better resource. It really is. The author is just, whoever did this is incredible because it is beyond detailed. Also gives a lot of really good stuff of like, not only about the water conditions, things, the rapids, which are super accurate, eerily accurate actually, especially when you pair it up with your maps.
Even in different water conditions, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. But also includes, if you're kind of like looking along the way and you're doing a little more scenic, a lot of good history segments and little tidbits.
Cool!
Yeah, a lot of good, could not recommend it more. But we would encourage you to make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Email us at howdoyousayyaros@gmail.com. And you can follow us at Adam Yaros on Instagram.
Yes, if you want Adam to send you any pictures of his actual book with major notes, that's a good read for you.
Actually, you can't really read our book. It is, I picked it up today. It dropped in the water.
It's so dropped in the water many times.
And, really, we probably have to throw it away. But we wanted to save it to, it's had good times. But we had a really, we're saving it until after we finish this up for any notes. But unfortunately, now it's deceased.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Happy kayaking.
Hey, everybody.
How do you say yarrow?
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
How do you say yarrow?
Welcome to How Do You Say Yaros?
How do you say yarrow? How do you say yarrow?
It'll be all the fun in the world.